The Eeveelutions are one of my favorite things in Pokemon, but did you know that Eevee was originally going to be called Eon? And did you know that Flareon should have been blue? Let's find out later in this video. It's unknown and probably a high chance that there won't be another Eeveelution despite all the rumors, just to keep things the same as they are now. But some say it can be a ghost type called Spookeon, or even a dragon type in Legend ZA. If they do actually put it in Pokemon ZA, I wouldn't be too surprised because Pokemon X and Y was the game where they put the most recent evolution form out, which was Sylveon, and it was the first Pokemon to be revealed or even be made. There are things, however, that you may not know or have missed from these evolutions. It can be in-game Easter eggs, facts about them, or just general fun stuff. There is also Prismatic Evolutions ETB box coming soon, so it's the perfect time to talk about evolutions. Let's start off with the fact that Leafeon doesn't require food at all, except for this clip here. When it evolved from Eevee, it stopped getting nutrients from food completely, and it started getting them from photosynthesis. It could do it because the cells have been altered to become a plant, as we could see here. The tail resembles a leaf, and it's become one with the forest. When it performs photosynthesis, it doesn't just get nutrients, it also purifies the air around its body. And Glaceon is actually way colder than you think. It could drop its temperature to below -75 degrees Fahrenheit. Sure, many ice Pokemon are cold and all, but this small Pokemon is special. All the way in the corner of the earth, there's a special place called Dorm Argus, and it's actually the coldest place on earth. Which is crazy because Glaceon is at a similar temperature to this in real life. Now we know why Glaceon is considered such a strong ice-type Pokemon, just like Mamoswine. I just found this out now, but did you know Eevee was originally going to be called Eon, but it was renamed to Eevee shortly before English releases of Red and Blue. That makes much more sense that the Eeveelutions all have Eon at the end of their name. And the creator of Eevee claimed that it's not based on a specific animal. It was apparently based on the creator's childhood memory of encountering a mysterious animal, which was in the forest, but he couldn't identify it. So we're still wondering to this day what the animal was. It could have been like a fox or a cat. But since we're on this animal topic, Vaporeon resembles a sea lion. It doesn't look like one, but the thing around its neck is like the hair of a male lion. And it's a water type, so technically a sea lion. Or the split tail fin could cause some people to think that it's related to a mermaid. Both Vaporeon and Espeon have the ability to predict the weather. While Vaporeon can only predict rain, Espeon predicts all types of weather. And how, you may ask? It's because Espeon's fur is so sensitive that it could sense the shift in the air, and even read air currents, being able to predict what would happen next. So Espeon's a useful partner to have with you if you don't have the weather app. The flame of Flareon is so hot that you could use it as a campfire to cook something. Its flames are said to be around 3000 degrees Fahrenheit. And if this was in real life, blue flames would appear on the scientific aspect cause flames turn blue if it's hotter than 2600 degrees. Like if you turn on a stove, the flames turn blue. These are what the sprites of Espeon and Umbreon were going to look like back in the Gold and Silver demo. Espeon is completely yellow and its tail is a bit different, while Umbreon has purple rings. Espeon was initially going to evolve with the Heartstone, but it now evolves through friendship. It would be cool to see how the Heartstone works today, like it could be on a love disc because it's a heart, or it could work on certain fairy types. While Umbreon was originally going to be a poison type through evolving with a poison stone. Also said in the Pokédex entry that it sprays poisonous sweat at their enemies. But imagine if we had a poison evolution. In the manga series, Trainer Red's Eevee was able to transform between the 3 Gen 1 evolutions anytime he wanted to. And this was also because there was like a whole Team Rocket experiment with the 3 legendary birds. But Team Rocket also went over to the Eevee, so that's why it could transform like instantly. Until it evolved into an Espeon, that's when it couldn't go back. This is a rare occurrence, but Glaceon and Glacia share a similar name. And ever wonder how the Eevee in the Let's Go games are so powerful? I remember just beating almost the entire game with that single starter. It shows in the base stat total higher than usual, making Eevee one of the strongest unevolved starters ever. A pretty cute thing is usually in Pokemon Go, whatever the Eevee evolves into is random, but you could change this by giving it nicknames to influence whatever type you want it to be, like Pyro for Flareon. It would be nice if they did this in the real games, like if we just changed the name and then it flips instantly to the next evolution, because sometimes the stones can't be found easily and we have to look in caves. The ribbons that Sylveon has are not just for decorations. Whenever it touches anything, it reads the emotions of whatever the ribbons landed on, and also provides calm energy. Sometimes it does this to distract, then charges towards its opponent, even at dragon types that are way larger than itself. Though Jolteon looks spiky from all the electricity, it actually generates a low amount. It mainly gathers all the electric power from its fur made of electrically charged needles. Jolteon is a highly sensitive Pokemon, and when it gets moody, the static flow rises, gaining even more electric power. Remember the person Bill, who was the inventor of the Pokemon storage system? He was heavily associated with Eevee. We could see him appearing multiple times, like in Goldenrod City, where he gave us a free Eevee as a gift. And in Pokemon Red and Blue, his experiments supposedly turned him into a Pokemon. The player did help him fix the problem. By going into his house, this raised questions like, how did that machine even turn a person into a Pokemon in the first place? Skipping all the way to Sun and Moon, Eevee had an exclusive Z move called Extreme Evo Boost. From the name, we can't exactly tell what it is, but once it plays out, it's very wholesome. I thought it would be like a whole Hyper Beam or Giga Impact, but Eevee summons the entire 8 members of its form, and they all team up to help Eevee out. And Umbreon is the only non-psychic Pokemon to be able to have the ability Synchronize, which is kinda pointless because Umbreon's a dark type. And it was ranked 5th among all Pokemon in the year of 2020. So out of all the Pokemon in the entire universe, it was ranked 5th. Isn't that crazy? It was ranked 1st among all Johto Pokemon too. It contributes to how Umbreon is featured in popular cards many seek out for. We've explored all the Eeveelutions we know and love, but the big question remains is what type will the next Eeveelution be? Only time will tell. Thanks so much for watching. If you're as hyped about Eeveelutions as I am, leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon fun. Until next time.